Okay, I'm going to go ahead and record. Hello, I'm Katie. I get to be your Pampered Chef person for this really special day for Heather. I am so honored to be here. Thank you. I've been with Pampered Chef for about 12 years, and one of my passions is just showing people how simple it can be to cook. And I have been loving seeing all of the wish list items that Heather's put together. And we're going to be using a few of them today. So just a few things to know when it comes to a Pampered Chef bridal shower. It's just like if you were hosting a party and you get free and discounted stuff based on whatever people order, the sales of the party. But also when you create a registry, you will get folks that want to buy wedding and shower gifts, and that goes towards the party too. So whether you're buying for our couple or you're buying for yourself, either way, they are getting more things off their wish list. And if you love Pampered Chef and you would love to do your own party virtually or a fundraiser, I'm going to be giving a $10 credit towards their wish list for every person that does a future party with me. So I would love you to think about that. For our demo today, I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite tools that make it easier in the kitchen. And I can't wait to get started. If you have anything that you are interested in seeing or that you love, you should definitely share about those, because if I could do one thing over when it came to getting married and my registry, it would be that I would have done a Pampered Chef shower, but I didn't know about it yet. So to get started, I'm going to be showing you a few of our newer products. So here's our popcorn. It's called the Pop and Stir, but it's a popcorn and candied nut maker. It stores all as if it were as big as a bowl. But the lid here you'd put on when you're doing popcorn, and this turntable here, you'd put your oil and your popcorn on, and it makes popcorn in about 5 minutes. But what we're going to be doing is some candied nuts for a spinach strawberry salad. So I'm going to plug this guy in. And in our turntable here, I have sugar, water, French toast popcorn seasoning. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of that, and 1 cup of nuts. It can be any nuts. I'm using walnuts because they are my favorite. And here on the controls, we're doing the nuts. This pop, that's about as hard as it gets. And it will start turning and coating and caramelizing. It takes about 10 minutes. So I'm going to let that go as I start to show you our other items. So I did notice on the registry how much Heather loves stones, and she was telling me that she's already using one of the stone gifts that she got already. And I wanted to show you the deep cover baker. This is the stone that started it for me. I actually had this stone before I had a pizza stone, and this one is glazed. It's actually a brand new color. They just came out with it this month, but it's got the stone inside. And with stones, they retain heat. They cook, like just fantastically. And in here, I have just a box mix yellow cake. So I have done box mix cake, eggs, oil, and water, just like on the back of the box. And I'm using, I can show it to you, a mix and masher that I'll use that for guacamole. And we're going to be doing just a little bit of lemon juice right inside of the batter with the citrus press, which I believe is still available on the registry. So we're going to put this in. You can see all the juice comes out. We're putting that right into the cake batter because this cake I'm making, it's a strawberry lemonade lava cake. Delicious. So just a little bit of tart into that yellow box mix cake. That's called the mix and masher. And we have lemon icing. Just going to use a cookie scoop and pop that in, not stirring it in, just putting the icing right inside. And we could put this into the oven, but the beauty of a covered stone is that you can actually heat it up right inside the microwave and get chicken, or you can get cake, 10 minutes microwave, super fast, super easy. And we're going to do that today so you can see that in a really small amount of time. So I'm popping this in the microwave. And while I'm here, I'm going to be turning on the grill pan. So the grill pan has the ridges. This is a cast iron press. We're going to heat it all up on medium heat for about 5 minutes. And while that's heating up, I want to show you my favorite meal prep tool. So for meal prep, this is one of the things that I'm passionate about as a Pampered Chef consultant, because I'm a mom of 2. I'm not a huge fan of like cooking. I hate that question, what's for dinner? So if anything can make my life easier, like the deep cover baker, I love to make fajitas and that. But meal prep is where it's at for me. I will buy the biggest, fattest chicken breasts and trim them down with the professional shears. I love that they have the little spring in there. And I've pre-trimmed that so I can attempt to not touch the chicken. But the chicken here I've trimmed with the professional shears. This is called the close and cut, and it comes as a set. So the close and cut set comes with this long chef's knife, super sharp. And I'm going to take the tongs, which, by the way, these tongs are on the registry too. The best tongs, look, they close and lock in place when they're tip up. And then when they're down and you squeeze them together, they open up. Pretty cool. All right, so we're just squishing that all onto the close and cut, close it all the way down. And when you finish, you've got 2 thin pieces of chicken. Isn't that cool? So that's called the close and cut set. It's really handy when it comes to meal prep because you can do all of your chicken in such a short amount of time. So I'm going to pop this over into the sink, dishwasher safe. And then to prep the chicken, I'm going to use our kitchen spritzer. And the kitchen spritzer is a great way to reduce and reuse. So instead of buying the aerosol sprays over and over, you can buy the kitchen spritzer and put any kind of oil in it. The questions I get are, what kind of oil do you have in it? I love using high heat oil because I use it a lot when I'm doing my things on a skillet. So grapeseed or avocado oil, but truly any kind of oil you'd like. And the key to this is, I have a couple things. First, you're going to pump the lid until it's tight. All right, so the lid won't go back on. And we'll just spritz the chicken. And my key is to open the lid so you can hear that, and it will start again. Okay. So that's the kitchen spritzer. And I really, really like that product because it makes so much difference with not getting your tools like gunked up over time. So the aerosol sprays, they have a chemical in them. So if you use it on a nonstick surface or even say like a cookie sheet or something, it can leave that brown residue over time, which nobody wants. It's always like you can never scrub it off, and it's such a bummer when it happens. So for our seasoning, we're just gonna do just a light Italian or salt and pepper. This is gonna be grilled chicken for a spinach salad. So for me, salt and pepper is usually good enough. And the grill pan, it's been heating up. I didn't put any oil in it. It's a non-stick, so you can just grill it dry. So I heat it up for 5 minutes with the press in. And then we'll cook it on each side for 4 or 5 minutes as well. But this nice thin chicken, I love using the close and cut set because it will it will cook faster and thaw faster, all of that. So take the press up, pop that on. And then I'm going to set a timer so I don't forget it. Okay, so for the rest of the salad, what I've done is I have just some clean spinach in the salad bowl. The bowl comes with the serving tongs as well. And we have our candied nuts that are starting. The other thing I'm going to do for the salad is our onion. But before I do that, I'm going to make you the dressing. All right. I know I'm having trouble with like my head getting cut off, but you'd rather see the food, right? Okay. So for the salad dressing, I'm going to be using the manual food processor. And this recipe calls for just like a cup of strawberries. We're going to chop those up. And add 1/3 cup, or it's 3 tablespoons actually, of apple cider vinegar. It's 2 tablespoons of honey. And I always like to show off this cup. It has, for honey or mayo, you can like plug it in or plunge it out into whatever you're cooking there. So just 2 tablespoons there. And we're going to use a little bit of lime zest. So I've got a microplane zester here. Sorry, I said lime, I meant lemon. And whenever you're zesting, you want to stay really light. So the lighter the color of your rind, the more bitter it's going to be. So if you just want a light zest, you want to look for the deep yellow or the deep green and keep it nice and light so you don't get too bitter. I'll take that citrus press again and put a little juice in there. And it's just a little bit of salt. And the last ingredient is your olive oil. So I have our oil and vinegar dispenser. If you squeeze, you can see it's measuring the oil there for me. And we're going to pop that in and finish off our salad dressing. So a strawberry vinaigrette, can't get better than that. So delicious. Okie dokie. So for the top of our salad, I also want to show you the cup slicer. The cup slicer is a new product. So if you're a big fan of Pampered Chef, you may not have seen this yet. Ooh, our candied nuts are looking so good. They look so good. I think they're done. Let's take a look at those. Okay, don't they look good? So my only regret is that I'm not there with you to serve this to you. So I'm going to take our colander. The colander set is also on the registry. So I love the Pampered Chef colanders. They don't rust and they each have a bottom that won't skid. So you can get the mesh colanders in a set of 3, or these cute little ones you can buy separately with the little spoons on them. All right, the cup slicer is a great way to slice for fruit dip or whenever you are doing a salad. And it's kind of like, it reminds me of doing stamps when I was a kid. It's a really fun thing to use in your kitchen. I've used it for pineapples, mushrooms, but for strawberries, you'll just click it back on. And now I have a full cup of all sliced strawberries, all even, and we'll put those onto our salad. So good, right? Isn't that fun? You can also store it in here, although I usually don't because I'm going to want to cut something else, but you could eat them right out of there as well. So for our onion, I was trying to wait till like the end for this one because I tend to be a crier when it comes to onions, but maybe we'll have a nice one. I don't know if you're familiar with Pampered Chef knives, but we have the best quality knives. I'm going to just use my bear claw grip because I'm not using the entire onion. And we're going to cut, leaving the root edge attached. That's going to hold some of the juices in. And cut it down. Now, what I usually do is I'll take a prep bowl a bigger one because this one doesn't fit, but I'll take a pretzel and put it cut side down to store it with the lid on in my refrigerator. I wanted to show off the Rapid Prep Mandolin because it is probably one of my very favorite prep tools. Let me switch the chicken. I just had my alarm go off here. Looks good to me. So here is our Rapid Prep Mandolin. Now, this is really like the safest and easiest to use mandolin I've ever experienced. And I've been with Camper Chef for 12 years. So I've been through like 4 different kinds of mandolins since I started. This one is so nice because it will store flat all together, right? And it has the slices in different thicknesses. Plus you can do julienne, like really thin French fry type, or you can do thick French fries. It will do a sweet potato or potato like a champ. It's really, really neat. I just want some really, really thin red onions. So I'm going to do a slice on number 2. One is the smallest. And it has this safety. So the blades are now exposed, but they're covered up by my food holder. And we'll put this puppy in here. I did this last night for some potatoes. And if you want really thin, like potatoes, or you want to chop something, you can take whatever you do and put it back in, and that will dice it. So here's our thin slices for the salad. So beautiful. I love it. Okay. All right. Well, while I was talking, our cake finished up. So I'm going to finish that up and show you some really cool stuff for the cake. I will need my micro grips here. Let me grab those. These are actually the free gift if you order either for yourself or for Heather and spend $90, you'll get these for free. There is an option online to order and send right to her, or you can order and ship to you. Either way is totally fine. If you find that you're like, okay, I want to order and send to them, but I also want something for me, just reach out to me individually and I will pay one of the shipping. So you only have to pay shipping once, but you can put it into 2 places, but I'd have to do that for you. So don't order without me. Okay. All right. So I'm coming to get our deep covered baker. And remember, we had our lava cake in here, 10 minutes in the microwave. Let me show this off to you. Perfectly. It smells amazing. I just wish I could give you some. And then, oh, I guess I need to get out of the way. Oops. All right. I do want to point out this cutting board. I know it's dirty at this point, but it has a little well all the way around it. It's really great for catching juices and like watermelon, pineapple, anything that would spread. I mean, even chicken, right? You don't want any of that on your countertop. This is just about a cup and a half of frozen strawberries that's been thawing. So it's been thawing for, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour. And I'm going to use the good old food chopper. Who has this one? And this is going to be the topping for our lava cake. This one I know is also on the registry. If you haven't got a gift yet, that would be a fun classic one to give. And this is going to go right on top of our lava cake. So let me bring it back and I'll show you the lava inside too. All right. The other thing I like to do is like a little powdered sugar to garnish on here. And I usually have powdered sugar ready to go in my shaker. I have 2. One's powdered sugar, one is cinnamon sugar. Here it is. So Let me show you our cake here. So we'll put a little bit of that just for prettiness, and I'll take a picture for Heather too before I cut in. But this is such a delicious cake. And you can see here we've got the gooey lava from the icing, perfectly cooked cake, 10 minutes. You can't do better than that. So when I first started with Pampered Chef, I was like, oh my gosh, that feels wrong, right? But what's so cool is you can just keep a box mix of cake and a thing of icing on hand. You can do this with chocolate or any combination, truly any combination, and it works fantastic. All right, let's see. Our chicken's looking pretty good. And just so you can see our salad choppers, I'm going to grab a fresh pair of tongs and bring these over. Now our cookware, it cleans up nicely. We've got all kinds of different options. There's nonstick, there's stainless nonstick, there's cast iron, we have clay. So if you don't like metal at all, you can use that as well. These are the salad choppers. So I can go in here to the salad and chop it up so everything's nice and small. But you can also chop meat with it. So can you see? Hopefully you can see me doing that. So there's our chopped grilled chicken. We'll put that on top. And we'll have our dressing and our salad. So have you take a look at what we've made. This is when I need my little stander. We'll take the candied nuts and pop them right on top as well. Okay. And we have to take a picture for the gram. That's such a pretty salad. Okay, so we've made our lava cake, made our salad dressing, and we have our spinach salad. That's what I had to show you today. And I would love to know what your favorite products are. We have a brand new catalog that just came out this season. And so this month, if you haven't seen that, I know Heather has a few copies, but we also have an online link that you can take a look at. I'm sure that Heather has more things that she wants to put on her wish list as well. And I just want to do a couple of shout outs to things that you may not know about that are just really nice to have in your kitchen. This is our insulated bowl. It's the 1 quart. There's 2 other sizes. And it's kind of like the insulated Yeti or Stanley cup that you keep your drinks cold and hot with. It can keep your mac and cheese or whatever you cooked hot for about 2 hours. Or you can use it for cold as well. That's the insulated bowls. The other thing I wanted to show is our cool and serve tray. There's several options for this. Your 9x13 for no bake cakes. This is just our small fruit tray. They all come with a lid, a tray, and this insert or puck, if you will. And so you don't have to buy these things separate. It all comes as a set. And the white part you can freeze overnight and it'll stay cold for like 6 hours. Such a nice thing when you're taking, fruit and dip or veggie tray to an event or serving at your house. I think I had one other thing. Oh, I didn't remember to show you this, but our instant read thermometer is fantastic. I don't know if you've done have a thermometer that you love, but if you don't, this one has the line that you can put in your oven in the turkey, for example, and then this would be outside of the oven and tell you when it's done. Or it has like your traditional stick it into the meat, and it has a magnet for your refrigerator, so it's always handy. Has a bottle opener on it too. It's a really, really handy tool. And if you are a garlic lover, we have a garlic press that's very well known, and this is a brand new product that can do paste, slices, or minced garlic, and you just swap it upside down kind of like the cup slicer I showed you. You put the garlic here, press it down, and it comes into your cup. There's a garlic peeler that comes with it as well. So it all comes as a set, and that's a new product you may not have seen as well. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you. I hope you had fun watching. I hope you have the most awesome shower, and the tech difficulties aren't too bad. If you would like some help, I'm going to be around today. You can call me, you can text, you can email and tell me what you want to get for our couple. If you need help with finding the registry, I can get that to you. There are paper order forms, there are paper catalogs if you prefer that. And then you'll just work with me to make sure that it goes to the right place. And if you decide to order for our couple and for you, remember, I'm going to pay shipping on one of those orders for you. So that's what I wanted to share today. If you have more questions, please let me know. And if I forgot anything, then I'm sure that Heather will let you know as well. Okay,